right, friends, I'm here in my shop. We've done a lot to these guns. We've abused them, we've thrown them, we've beaten them, we've run over them, we've thrown them in sand. You name it, we've done it. You guys have been watching the Gun Bully series with these two Rock Island Armory 1911s. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to put them in my ultrasonic cleaner here. I have simple green that I have filled my ultrasonic cleaner up with, and I have totally disassembled both of these 1911s and put them in my little basket here that I'm going to dip down in there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and turn this thing on. I'm going to try to get my temperature up to about 80 to 100 degrees and run this thing for about 15 to 20 minutes. I think that might be enough to get the stuff shaken out of it. What I'm trying to do is break out all the things that around the barrel, bushing, the slide frame area where the rails are, all these things that are probably causing these things to, although they still run, they're still giving us some hiccups. And I think that obviously this is going to eliminate those hiccups. To be clear, both of these guns are running right now, and both of these guns are running without having to help them. But I know they'll run smoother. Again, like I said earlier, the timing needs to be a little bit quicker. So let's do that. Let's drop them in here and let's see what they look like whenever they get done. This ultrasonic cleaner comes measuring temperature in Celsius, so I had to convert to Fahrenheit. About 37 degrees Celsius is going to get me to 96 to 100 degrees in Fahrenheit. When I turn this thing on, man, I was actually talking right here and it disrupted the microphone on my camera so bad from that electronic pulse that's being used to clean these things. But you can see where the vibrations and the cleaning is taking place with all the boiling in the water. That means that it's pulling stuff out that needs to be cleaned. It's pretty amazing to watch one of these things work. My timer's off. My 1911s are supposed to be clean by now. Let's pull them out of here and see what they look like. All right, most of the stuff on here rubs right off. Just looking at it, you can see if I rub it, all the junk comes right off. So it's like, oh God, yeah, it sure does. Get straight down to the metal, to the bluing or the parkerized. What I'm gonna probably do, yeah, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna wipe these guys off because it looks like a lot of the crud that was stuck on them and gunked on them is all loosened off now. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna clean these things. I'm probably gonna use some of my brake cleaner or what do we call it, a gun scrubber, and go ahead and hit these things pretty hard with that. And I'm gonna drop them in here again. I think that I probably should have done that first. I probably should have cleaned them off. Like a lot of people, what you want to do typically when I'm cleaning a gun is I will go ahead and hit it. I don't just put it in there. I will hit it with you know, gun scrubber or whatever first, and then I will drop it into my ultrasonic cleaner, just to it's more of a deep cleaning, if you will. So let me do that because I'm noticing a lot of this stuff is coming off, man. A lot of this, you can just look at my rag. This, all the gunk and everything that was just caked on here and almost baked on here is all coming off. So yeah, let me do that. Let me get like a brush or something at these things and really hit them hard, and then I'm gonna drop them back in this ultrasonic cleaner. Okay guys, I got them both cleaned up. Used gun scrubber, the Birchwood Casey gun scrubber. It's good stuff. Brake cleaner, I suppose that's what it is. That's what it smells like. It's the best stuff. It works really well. Kind of dries your metal out, but not like this ultrasonic is going to do. So yeah, let's get this thing rolling again. I'm going to run it for 20 more minutes. These things are going to be spotless when they come out. Okay, I got these guys out here. I can tell you, they're thirsty. These things are dry. Again, running them through that ultrasonic twice and having put the brake cleaner on them also, in between that, really dried this metal out. There's no moisture in there whatsoever. The guns look good. They look really good. Both of them, like I said, are very, very dry. You can even tell how the desire for oil in these things, but everything is pretty solid. They cycle unbelievably. Now I haven't shot them yet, but as far as working the action and the slide and all that, they cycle really well. I can tell that there's still some something in the internals, and it may be some of that sauce and other things that got inside the trigger bow area, right behind the trigger as it runs backwards and interacts everything else in the back of the gun that I have not gotten into yet, because it is a little bit sluggish back in there, and the trigger's not as crisp as it was when I originally took these things out of the box. So we're going to shoot them real quick and just see how they shoot and close this segment out, but obviously I don't expect anything, so let's give them a whirl. Now we're going to start out with the 45. Usually I start out with the one that has the most issues or has had the most issues, but honestly, for these slight little hiccups, they've gone back and forth. Sometimes the 45 has a little bit of an issue, the 10mm sometimes does. Again, I think we've narrowed down the 10 as being our magazine issue. Speaking of the magazines, I also got them cleaned up, and boy, you can see some areas at the top there, at the mouth of the thing where the lips are, very, very worn, very worn. A lot of the bluing worn off of these guys. Yeah, they've taken a beating. These magazines have been abused just as badly as these guns have. But let's give them a shot. Again, a little bit of a hiccup as it goes in there. Might be a spring related issue, but it did go right in the battery itself. Must have been still some of that simple green in there, because it's going safe here. You can see the moisture in the back. So clearly they didn't dry out a ton like I thought they would, and they haven't rusted at all like I assumed they might have also, like I said earlier. So let's give them a shot again. Yeah, I feel the moisture splashing back on me. All right, no worries, no issues with the 45. Let me grab the 10. All right, we're going with the 10 now. Same thing, very, very dry. The magazines look a little bit better on the 10, not quite as damaged, not quite as scraped up. Again, the feed lips were in pretty bad shape. Feed lips a little bit on this side over here, but they're still in better shape than what the 45 was. So let's see here. All right, we are in battery. Safety works fine. Okay, it just didn't hold open. When I pulled that back, I noticed, boy, you can tell. See, I haven't lubed these magazines either. When I pulled the slide back, I noticed the follower pop back up. In other words, when I pulled the slide back, the follower was down about right there, and whenever I ejected it back, it kind of freed it, and then it shot up like that. That's why I didn't hold the slide open. I didn't know if it was around in there, but it wasn't. So yeah, I mean, slides, magazines need to be lubricated just like your guns do. This guy here is pretty dry. We'll take this thing apart. Yeah, I can see some corrosion in the back there. Just like we've been talking that we thought we had some internal rusting inside here. There he is. I mean, I can see it in there. So yeah, that's been these mags have been abused pretty poorly, or pretty bad. All right, well, they both they've run 100% now. So both of them have, and we knew they would, guys. I mean, nothing has damaged these guns, and as we've seen, they've continued to run. So this is pretty interesting right here, actually, to look at the 45. But we have a taper on the barrel of this 10mm, and you'll see where the slide clearly comes in contact with the taper of the barrel itself, because it's definitely worn clean. I don't recall seeing that a minute ago. So just firing at those 8 rounds has cleared away more whatever was on there. Okay guys, in the spirit of giving and Christmas time, let's do something kind of cool. You guys have been patient to sit here and hang with me as I abuse these 2 Rock Island Armory 1911s. So I'm going to get back to you all. In fact, I've used some of your ideas. You've emailed me some ideas, posted on our videos on YouTube, you know, some suggestions on what we should do to abuse these 2 1911s, and I've used your ideas. So I want to get back. Let's do this. I want you to email me. Don't put it in the YouTube comment section. You can do that also, but I need an email from you. In the title of the email, put Rock Island Armory. Just put Rock Island Armory in the title of the email to me. My email address is paul@legallyarmedamerica.com. Again, it's paul@legallyarmedamerica.com. Send me a suggestion on what you think I should do next to abuse these two guns. And whoever suggestion that I use, I'm going to give you 100 rounds of your choice. I'm going to mail them to you free of charge. I'll take care of that postage and handling, everything. I'll send you 100 rounds, 2 boxes of either 45 caliber or 10 millimeter Armscor ammunition. It'll be my gift to you guys for the Christmas time. If you send me your ideas in time, even if I don't get the video out before Christmas, I'll get your ammo out before Christmas. I'll make sure you've got it there for a stocking stuffer or whatever.